Hey ladies, I want to talk to you specifically today. This video has to do with what men want from women exactly. I think this is a very interesting topic to talk about from my standpoint as a man. The impetus for this talk comes about from a couple of good friends of mine in my life that are women. They're frustrated. They're having a hard time dating, and they're very confused in a way that they've expressed this to me on several counts. Like, I don't know what guys want these days, or I don't know if I'm like what they want, or if I'm doing the things they want, or any number of things. And I could see the frustration, and I never really stopped to think about, well, how would I actually put this into words as I was trying to express to my friend here about what it was that I felt like most guys wanted. And there's something to be said for, I'm just me. I'm just an individual. I'm a normal guy. I want what I want. And, maybe there's something to be said for other men out there that are looking for different things. Sure. But I want to believe the average everyday guy that's somebody that, like, if you are looking for a partner, if you are looking for a healthy relationship, like, I want to tell you what I believe most guys are looking for. And it's really simple stuff. There's no shockers here. But I wanted to put into words, I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I think it will help some ladies out there that are trying to up their game, or they're trying to be that option that a guy really wants. Or I think there's a lot of curiosity also, and this was part of the question that my friend that was the girl there had posed to me. She's like, well, what makes one woman like stand out from another as you're out there dating? And what really sets one apart that you're sincerely interested in versus the ones that you're not interested in, right? And there's a whole plethora of things that once again, I think it's a personal thing, but I can just speak for myself, and I just wanted to share this with you today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this. So the very first one this is probably the one that you might not want to hear, or that might not be considered PC, but this is a fact of the matter. You ask any guy out there, number one, the first thing, it is looks, okay? Every man wants to be visually attracted to his partner. Let's be real here. I mean, let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut the crap out. Like, guys are very visual creatures. Like, we are attracted by physical beauty. And yes, this means something very different to every guy. We're all into different things, but I don't want to say like make the mistake, but don't think that your other qualities are going to completely be able to like override the looks alone. Yes, there's certain core, the caliber of somebody's character is very important. And that is something that I think we're all looking for. But you could be like the best woman in the world, but if you're just not the physical attraction, or at least like somewhat physically attractive to that man, it's not going to work. And I know that sounds shitty, and I know that might sound a little bit mean, but that's the truth. That's the reality. Okay. No, the looks aren't everything, but it is a very big thing. We'd be lying if we said it wasn't. So all that I'm saying is that, you don't have to be a supermodel. No, you don't have to be on the cover of Maxim magazine. No, that's not the case. And like I said, let me remind you, every single guy out there is attracted to a little bit different look. But whatever your style is and whatever your look is, like, just you have to put a little bit of work into maintaining that. Just the same way that we as men put a little bit of work into doing our stuff in life that attracts women, i.e. like working on our character, our swagger, our charisma, our career, our all kinds of different stuff. That there's a lot of work tied up in that too. So yes, there is going to be some work involved with maintaining your physical appearance that's going to draw a man in and keep him. So like I said, I'm not even going to give you any specifics, but I just want to point out and reiterate something you all already know. You know this stuff, but the looks is, I want to say, it's the number one thing that most guys are looking for initially, right? And probably like they want that the whole duration of the time that they're in the relationship with you. And I'll point out a small example, and I've been guilty of this at times. Like, I've been drawn and attracted to women that were so visually attractive to me, right? They were just, in my eyes, right, incredibly beautiful. And I was just like, I was so drawn in by that. And you'll see guys make this mistake a lot. They will hang in situations with a complete bitch who contributes nothing healthy to the relationship, but all she is good looks, okay? Yeah, that situation will run its course, and oftentimes those relationships will exhaust themselves and they'll burn out and they'll end. But I mean, just therein is a real world example of like, I'm just trying to express to you like how big of a weight this whole looks thing is in a guy's mind. And I'm just trying to get you to not overlook it, and just trying to get you to realize that, like, yes, you have to be conscious of that. Yes, you have to put a little bit of effort in. It takes work. I know that. Not everybody's created equal either. I know some people are born with good genetics and some are born with, whatever you might consider not so good genetics. It doesn't matter. But a very big key piece. Okay. So that's like first and foremost. And of course, like that's what draws us guys in from moment number one, right? Like you don't look across the room and think like, oh, I bet she's got a really good job and she cooks really well. It's like, that's not how it works. Okay. That's not what's going through a guy's brain. What's going through a guy's brain is you look across the room and you're like, damn, she looks good. She is beautiful. I'm drawn with my eyes initially to what she's got. And then from there, you're going to go in and move in and see what she's all about and hopefully get to know her over the course of time. There's going to be more wrapped up in the picture, which I'm going to get to in a second, but just the look stuff. I think I've hit this one pretty hard. I assume you know what I'm talking about at this point here. And as I said, I know you all already know this stuff, but just putting it into my personal words and packaging up the message again there for you. So the looks. And then the second thing, what guys are looking for, it's very simple. Okay. Just treat us good. And I want to detail what good treatment looks like, or what that means for most guys. Okay. This is the very important content. That this is the part I think that, like, for most men, like, okay, even if like the looks aren't like 110% there, but you're attracted enough to them, and like you're still turned on by them, and you're still like, you could still love them like for who they are, the way they look and everything. If the treatment picture is on point, this holds a lot of weight too, and this is what will keep a guy around for the long term, I believe. And this is that piece too, that, like I said, going back to a moment ago, my example of the very hot woman that, the guy will keep her, the guy will keep her in his life for a given period of time, but it's going to burn out. And if you don't treat them good, which is like what's happened to me in the past and what happens to pretty much every guy that dates like, one of these insanely beautiful women, unfortunately, most of the time, it's just how it works out. The treatment piece is in there. So let's detail that a little bit. What does good treatment mean? Okay, first and foremost, loyalty is probably the very biggest piece of that. This is obvious. This should go without saying. We live in a time of an insane amount of infidelity. I get that. Things are just strange these days, and I think it kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't know if I could encapsulate in a few words about what's driven this change in society or whatever. But as I see it, I think the infidelity rate is like through the roof as compared to, let's say, like 50 years ago or years prior or whatever. And, through all of human time, I mean, people have been dealing with this, but it's such a big piece for us guys is the loyalty picture. And like I said, it should go without saying, this is just such an important part, that a guy that knows that his woman is loyal and has that true trust in her and knows that she's loyal and feels that she's loyal, can tell that she's loyal, and sees those exhibiting characteristics of a loyal person, like that holds a huge amount of weight. That is like one of the biggest pieces of the treat you good picture. Okay. So loyalty first and foremost, number one. The second one is respect. Now, any healthy relationship, I think, is built largely around respect from both sides, right? I sincerely think that as a man, of course, we need to respect our women as partners, but also from the other way around. I mean, you want to know that you've got the respect of your woman. But if you're a girl out there that's always, talking shit about your partner in front of other people, or talking shit about your partner behind his back, or doing disrespectful things in public, or doing disrespectful things to their face, right? That's not how you treat somebody good. A lot of women, it's so comical to me, they get this whole idea that they're supposed to be some sassy character that's guys love this like spicy sass about me, and it's something, I don't know, that's such a pervasive thing. This like witty bitchiness is like the way that I've seen it manifest itself a lot. But make no mistake, there's no guy that enjoys that. Okay, nobody likes that. Guys put up with it, guys deal with it. Like I said, it goes back to that whole scale of the looks and what the guy is willing to deal with at the end of the day. But nobody likes that. Nobody likes to be disrespected in such a way inside of their relationship. I mean, your relationship is supposed to be your safe haven. It's supposed to be your harbor, where the rest of the world as a man is coming at you from every single angle. And the last thing you want to do is come home at night and have your partner, your woman, like deprecate you and knock you down and talk shit about you and cut you low and emasculate you and do all these sorts of things. That all comes back to that respect picture. And what I'm always telling the women that I've dated in the past, and this is such a big thing for me now, that this is like one of those zero tolerance things. Like, I will not stand with somebody that doesn't understand this. But I think a lot of times when women disrespect their men, it's like they're mad about something else and they kind of project it onto their man. They take it out on their man, and they need to exhaust their emotions or whatever, like into something else. And oftentimes the guy is right in the line of fire. But here's the thing. Here's where I draw the differentiation. And I always tell my girls this. I'm like, it's okay to be like mad at the situation, or like we could talk about your whatever you're going through, and like you can be mad at that. But like, what's not okay is you being mad at me and taking it out on me. There's a big line in the sand there. Okay, so don't turn your emotional everything that you're going through into an attack on me, into a disrespect upon me. That's one of the biggest things that's gonna keep a healthy relationship and keep a guy around, is the respect factor. And you can tell when a woman really respects you. She acts differently. She doesn't have this nature about her. And like, yes, I know every woman goes through their stuff and they have their moments where they might do things they're not always proud of the next day, and I get that. But those are isolated, incidences most of the time with a woman that truly respects her man. And it's something that guys are looking for, okay? Make no mistake about it. You got to keep a consciousness about it. Like I said, I know you're going through a lot, but you have to be aware of that respect factor. It's something that guys are looking for. If you want them to stick around, big surprise, you got to show them respect. You got to respect that they're your partner, they're your confidant, they're your safe haven, they're your safe harbor, just as much as they are for you. You are to them as well. So you've got to keep that in the back of your mind, okay? So that's piece number 2. And then the third piece is, once again, like I think people get all hot and bothered about this for some reason, but just hear me out here, right? It's that your woman gives you some level of care, okay? They do things that a caring, contributing partner would do in a relationship. Now, this could come in many fashions. It doesn't have to be one specific thing, or some of these things that people for some reason associate with like traditional whatever, like cooking and cleaning. Those are nice things. Sure, every guy wants a woman that will do those things occasionally from time to time. And I think, yes, in present day and age, like, we get it as guys. We know you're not going to be June Cleaver, like sitting around the house, like bringing us our slippers when we get home from the long work day. And like, you're not in the kitchen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're not our freaking maid. We get that. But, do this stuff from time to time. Like, it goes a long ways. And like I said, nobody wants to talk about this shit. Nobody wants to admit it. But like, guys are looking for that stuff. They're looking at that stuff. Okay? Every one of my women that I've dated my whole life, I've always done things for them. I've cooked for them. I've fixed their shit on their cars. I've done all sorts of like care sorts of things for them. And sadly enough, a lot of the women I've been with, like they just don't get this care thing. They will never cook for you unless you like ask them, or they'll never do anything just cause. They won't contribute to the relationship in some way, shape, or form. So to branch outside the traditional cooking, cleaning stuff that, yes, like I'd be lying if I said guys aren't looking for that stuff. It's just more than that. And like I said, this has come in many different fashions. It just be supportive, like, pitch in from time to time. Just do something. Pitch in something to the relationship. And that's the last one to leave with here. Like this I have seen so predominantly in a lot of the girls that I've dated in the last couple of years, is that they don't do anything for the relationship. All they do is show up, look hot, and just expect you to like do everything. Like, you take them out to do shit every weekend, you spend all your money on them, you do the things I'm talking about, right? I fix their car, I cook for them, I do all this stuff to support them. I show them some level of care as a partner, but this escapes a lot of women these days. Like, they just think they don't have to do anything. Right? And that's completely ridiculous. And I think I want to believe that most women out there understand this stuff, but I don't know what it is. I don't know at what point in time this got lost, that a lot of women out there seem to think that they don't have to pitch in anything to the relationship, like anything more than just their looks and presence. And that like I said, that'll keep a guy for a period of time. But if you're a woman and you want to keep your guy around for the long term, if you want to really, I think, an integral piece of finding love and growing a truly strong, healthy, happy relationship. Like, you've got to wrap your mind around this. You've got to keep this in the back of your mind. If you're confused and wondering why you can't keep a guy like longer than you might want to, look at yourself, look at your behaviors, look at all these things that I've laid out here to you, and think about, have you embodied those characteristics in your relationship? Are you doing those things? Are you exhibiting this? Are you showing this guy that you're capable of doing this stuff? And think about that. And odds are, if you've fallen down on any number of these things, the relationship you might have been in has probably ended, and it's probably as a result of some of these factors that I'm talking about here. So, like I said, I know nobody's perfect. This is just my thoughts too. Just like I said, that disclaimer at the beginning. This is just me and what I'm looking for in my life. But like I said, ladies, I know there's a lot of confusion out there. I know that it's like, I feel like it's this big mystery, like what do guys really want? Like, this is it. It's simple shit. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. But, and the last thing is just like bring peace into the guy's life, bring happiness into the guy's life. Don't be bringing drama. Don't be exacerbating his woes as much as possible. Okay. Like I said, I know we're all humans. We all go through things. We share our ups and downs, our moments. And like, that's what we're there to be partners for. But just, God, men want women that add something to their lives, not detract from it, and not like stress them out constantly and make them unhappy and make them miserable in the big picture. Okay. Very simple stuff, right? But it's just so lost, I feel like, in today's society for whatever reason. So, all right, ladies, that's all I've got for you today. I hope some of that makes sense to you. I hope some of that, or all of that, I hope it doesn't sound mean. It's just a real, honest, frank, straight from my heart, the best way that I could encapsulate this stuff for you ladies out there. And I hope this helps you. I hope this makes you into a better person, into a better partner, into a better, better somebody that guys are going to be out there pursuing and staying with. Most importantly, I think that's probably what most of you are after. Hopefully, each their own. You can do whatever you want with your life. But anyways, that's all I've got for you today. You're all beautiful people. You're all amazing deep down inside. I'm not trying to knock you down. Okay, I'm trying to make you better. All right. Okay, ladies. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you real soon.